the Challenger with the sunflower disc. Currently working up some old soybean stubble. It's currently June 3rd, Monday, and they're calling for rain tomorrow night. So the fields are barely drying off right now. What I'm doing could definitely use another day or two to dry out. But yeah, we only have today and tomorrow to work until the next rain hits. I'm hitting this soybean stubble with the disc as lightly as possible, just trying to crack it open, get it aired out, let the sun beat on it for today, and then first thing tomorrow morning, I'm gonna come up here and plant it. I filmed this farm once or twice, working corn stalks, I believe, with the 8410 and the sunflower here a year or two ago. And there used to be a fence row right in here that was moved over the winter time. So it's really rough here. We were gonna bring the disc here either way because of that. This farm is out in the middle of nowhere for us. We don't really have anything else close to this one. So a lot of times we'll just no-till this one. But because of that fence row being removed, I had to come work it down with the disc because it was too rough. But it's awesome. Now everything's nice long straight rows, where before there's a bunch of little L shapes and everything. I kind of had to go around, where now it's just one giant field, which is great. It's pretty hit and miss here. Some spots are too wet, and then other spots it's actually pretty dry and would be good to go. It's hard to tell on camera, but it's all rutted up from when they had their bulldozer out here. I'm probably gonna have to hit this section a couple times, fill in some of the ruts. We always used to farm this half of the field east and west, where now it's just all north and south, which is great. Speeds things up. It's definitely not perfect for what I'm doing here, but the forecast says it's time to go, and the calendar. There's no more waiting around too much. So if it's just about ready or almost ready, we're gonna do it. In a perfect plant season, I'd probably let this sit another day, maybe even two, to help dry out some of the wet spots. Better slow down for these so I don't hit my head on the ceiling. There used to be a little ditch here, so that's where the sprayer fell in. You can see the dirt's not quite settled there. Well, a few hours has gone past by now. I'm almost done with the big field, and then I got a small chunk on the other side of the road I gotta do. But I did headland on the south end, as you saw. There's a little bit of water standing here where this older ditch still sits. But Yeah, and then I still gotta do the north headland on this field, and I still gotta work these ruts a couple of times down. It's really bad over on this side. But yeah, almost done here. Probably another 2 hours, I would say, and probably another 30 minutes in this field. Well, I'm back over where the old ditch used to be. I got all my passes done in here. So I'm gonna hit this 1 or 2 more times. And then I'll go across the road there into that little field. And then I'll be out of here. It's really hard to tell on camera what it actually looks like, where the ruts and everything are. Doing the north headland, and then I'll jump across the road here, but I'm just looking to where I started on the west end here, and it looks way different now just as a few hours has passed. Looks good enough to even plant yet tonight, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to get the other machine moved here before dark, and we really don't like to move the machinery in this area I'm working in after dark. So probably just wait until first thing in the morning and get here. I knew once we opened it up with the disc and just tickled the top a little bit and let it air out and let the sun hit on it, it's 80 something degrees right now, it would change quick. Where if we just let it sit, it really wouldn't have done much. Well, I set the camera down. I got this field all done. I did end up bending one of the blades there. It's the next morning here, just got loaded up. I'm gonna go probably about 5 miles away. I'm not gonna go right to the farm I was disking yesterday. I'm actually gonna go no-till, 28 acres, the opposite direction. I'm gonna get that one first. It's one of our rockier farms, and even no-tilling it, it's still pretty rocky. So once I get that planted first thing, Dad or Tyler can come back with the land roller and roll that one today. And then I'll go to the farm I was working yesterday with the Challenger. Probably not gonna roll that one. We're actually gonna take a little loader tractor, the DX, and the ditcher, and pick up a couple of the big ones. That farm's not really rocky. There's just some random ones and some old tree stumps and stuff like that. So get that all cleaned up. I don't like moving the air seeder loaded like this, but we're only going a few miles. And then once I move to the other farm I was working yesterday, which is probably going to be more about 12 to 15 miles. This will be a lot emptier once I plant that 28 acres. So
GMA getting an exclusive first look as he sat down to
Tyler just showed up with the little loader tractor. I'm gonna swap machines with him. He can finish planting this farm. I'm gonna take that, go to the farm I worked yesterday with the sunflower, and gonna move around some small rocks and other things, some sticks. I think there's a tree or two laying out. So I know where everything is at. It'll go a little bit quicker if I just go do it. And then he can finish planting this and meet me up there. Gonna clean up some of the ditches and pick up some rocks. I think once upon a time there was an old building or something right here up on this knoll, and I chisel plowed this farm a couple years ago and pulled up these concrete slabs here. So get these picked up and not have to worry about driving around them anymore. Should have done this a couple years ago when I first did this, but like I said earlier yesterday, this farm's kind of out of our way, and a lot of times we just come here, no-till it, spray it, harvest it. So there was a couple old rotten tree stumps right here we always drove around too, but they're rotten enough to where I can kind of push them and break them up with the DX here. So that'd be cool. We don't have to go around these either anymore. This kind of filled in some of these cross furrows, so I'm gonna try to clean them up a little bit so the water runs off a little bit better. As you can see, there's water backed up in this ditch, so made a scratch right here, and there's a tile inlet right there. Hopefully that'll drain down now. Well, that was something. I'm gonna swap out with Tyler and jump back in the air seeder, and I should be in there the rest of the day. just getting to where they filled that ditch and brush row in. It's still pretty rough in here. I wish I had the field cultivator to smooth this out a little bit better. I think that would have done a lot better job. But is what it is, and the drill will help smooth it out a little bit. But yeah, the cultivator would have made it a lot nicer. Just about finished with the big field. I still got a little elbow to do, a few passes behind me. But yeah, moving along good. Somebody I think is gonna bring me back a little more seed to finish the small field across the road, and then I'll be out of here. Last little bit here for the big field. I'm gonna get topped off one more time here, and that should be plenty to finish this farm. And then we'll go back on the road again and see if we can find any more dry fields before the rain. Just got loaded up. See if we can get this field done. I think I'm gonna set the camera down for today, but if you made it all the way to the end, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.